Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Blizzard just can't get a break. And I'm not saying that they deserve one, but I'm just going to say a couple of things in this video. Firstly, look, I am the first person to go both barrels when it comes to the World of Warcraft. Why? Look, I've been playing the game for 12 years, on and off. Since March 2007. That's a lot of investment in anybody's life. Even if you live to be 100, it's over 10% of your bloody life. But I've had a large investment in the World of Warcraft and I've loved it. I have. I've seen WoW reach unbelievable peaks. And unfortunately, I've seen it plummet into terrible, terrible troughs. And right now, I don't think there's any denying that the World of Warcraft is in a terrible trough. I'm not subscribed to it. And it's not because F you, Blizzard, or I'm taking my bat and ball home. It's because I honestly, truly do not believe this game is worth supporting with a subscription fee in the state that it is. Whereas, even if I'm not playing the Elder Scrolls Online, and even if I'm not playing Final Fantasy XIV, I do actually maintain my subscriptions with them, even if I'm doing other stuff, because I do believe with the way that those games are managed, and I do believe in the way that they present their content and the content that they put out there. So I do believe they are worth supporting in a nutshell. Now, one video which went down with you recently, because I believe in the rule of fair, okay? I think if something needs going after, I'll go after it. And you know me, I'm like a dog with a bone. I'll tear the thing apart. But I also do praise stuff when I think it's worthy of praise. Unfortunately, that gets overlooked because there seems to be significantly more of this than this right now. Whereas if it was 10 years ago, it'd be like, way, ladies. But you know what I mean. But a video that went down well with you guys recently was when I did a video about whether or not I believed the £300 Jaina Proudmoore model was actually worth that money. Now, you could think at first glance, a £300 model, off. But I'm a model collector. It's what I do. I got a beautiful collection of models. They're everywhere. And in that video, I actually showed off a small proportion of them. And I kind of gave you a dimension element, what they're made out of, and what the costing of them was. And I was using that as my basis for whether or not I thought that the Jaina Proudmoore model was actually value for money. And very soon, well, hopefully within the next couple of months or so, this office is going to be done. Cabinets are going to be going up. And my models are going to be in, and I'll give you a little tour of it and all that kind of stuff. So you can see what I collect. And the conclusion that I came to in that video was I did believe the model was value for money. I'm not disputing it's expensive. It is expensive. But in terms of models and in terms of what you get for your buck, I believe that it was value for money with things like the craftsmanship of it, the height of it, and all that kind of stuff. However, I did also stress in that video I wouldn't be purchasing it. Not because, F you Blizzard again, but because the face was completely wrong. Jaina's face was not Jaina's face. It was awful. It wasn't her. Everything else was great, but the face was completely wrong, and I can't purchase it because I'm a stickler for these things. But I did stress the Lady Sylvanas model, which is exactly the same price, I would have no hesitation in purchasing. Why? Because everything was perfect. The outfit, the face, the whole job lot. So, yeah, I do think it was value for money. So that actually went down really well with you guys because, you know, you thought I was being very fair about the situation, particularly when I have been very critical of shit like Battle for Azeroth. Which leads us to this, right? This video has just come out from Blizzard, and it's the Blizzcon 2019 commemorative collectibles, all right? And so we have a very, very disturbing man called Randy, who kind of speaks a little bit like, maybe you shouldn't leave him alone with this person here. And when it brings up the name tags for them, it even has Randy, and then underneath his name, Community. So you've got Randy Community. It's not helping his cause, and it won't help him in a court of law, Blizzard. So you got Randy Community. And then you got Monica, Hey, Monica. Oh, hey, Monica. From Consumer Products, right? So she's here to tout her wares. The models, yeah, perverts. So we've got this Horde model and we've got this Alliance model for BlizzCon. So she gets them out. The models! Jesus, people. Pervies. The lot of you. So we start off by getting the Orc model out. Little Orc Grunt. And I think it looks really good. I really like it. I really like this Orc Grunt. Yeah. It's got a very basic design, but I think it's very stylized, and I think that very much suits the model. Yes, a drawback is it does look very plastic. It does look very plastic, but it's not that expensive a model in the grand scale of things. And then she goes and gets out. I'm going to send some of you to bed without supper in a moment. The Alliance one, of course. So she gets out the Alliance one, and we see the various details. This one is stood on a Horde banner, and he's got his big sword and his big shield with the Lauder on it. And then together, they can actually touch bases. Well, it's Pride Month after all. And, they can interconnect. It is Pride Month after all. And it'll look pretty good. So I think these are decent. So how much are they? Well, this is the website. These are the models. They're about 9¼ inches tall, which is a decent height. And they come in at $45 a piece in the pre-sale. I think they go up to $55 after the pre-sale. And this is they will be released around about the same time as BlizzCon, because they are meant to be BlizzCon items, which is the beginning of November. Cards on the table, folks. I've ordered both of them. I think they'll be a nice little addition to my collection. I truly do. I'm kind of thinking if I put them in a cabinet, put an LED above them, so you can actually have the light source coming down, which will cast some shadow. It'll actually make them look a lot better because of the very simplistic design of them. So I just wanted to go through all of that with you, because let's just pan this camera down now. Yeah, look, it's not going down particularly well. And I've picked this up very early doors, so there is time for the ratio to change. But I think I've caught it within its first hour, and it's got 6,500 views. But 412 likes, 251 dislikes. Now, that proportionately is pretty horrendous. And you could say, but it's still positive over negative. Yeah, it is still positive over negative. But it's horrendous because, look, Monica's just come to show us a couple of statues. She's just come to show the couple of statues, that's all. And, when I say the cheap, I'm not trying to make that sound like it's, an insult. But they're cheap, and I think they're decent size, and I think they'll look good on people's, cabinets, or they'll look good on the windowsills, or on a shelf somewhere. So it's a nice little thing to pick up. But if you look at the reason why, you'll get ease, you'll understand. This conversation feels more artificial than a sense of accomplishment in WoW. Oh, it's a double insult. It's a double insult, and it's the first one. If it's such a great time for WoW, because they do say in the video, this is such a great time for the World of Warcraft. It's 15 years of World of Warcraft and, 25 years of Blizzard. If it's such a great time for WoW, try and make it better. This is amazing. Brackets paid comment. It's just a lot of kind of take my money, Blizzard paid comment. Oh, look, even the compliments are insults. Extended the deadline, excess inventory equals people aren't buying. Yeah, maybe people aren't buying them. Or maybe they just haven't been marketed particularly well. But the comment section it's salt, It is salt. Now, I want to say immediately, I do not blame the comment section either. Right? I don't blame the comment section because, look, when your game is in the dire straits that WoW has been in, and then when you look at here I go, both barrels again. When you look at how pathetic the Q&As really are, You know, when they come in front of the camera and they're meant to do their bit for the community, and they shirk the major questions. They just spend 90% of the 45 minutes talking about freaking Azerite or stat adjustment, and it just doesn't feel as if they're connected to the game at all. It doesn't feel as if they're connected to wanting to make the game fun again. It's just so robotic, and I don't feel. This is a personal opinion. I can't speak on behalf of you guys. But I just feel that there is no connection between the development team and their audience. I truly don't. And I'm currently, behind the scenes, I'm playing a bit of PTR 8.2 to see if that's stirring up the old, you know, electricity in the... And so far, I'm doing the new zone, the Ashar-esque zone. I don't know what it's called, Najatar, whatever. And you know, it's like looks nice, but it's like you know. And this is what people are frustrated about, and this is why. They will vent at every given opportunity, and that's why I can't blame them. And when you do feel such a disconnect from the team creating the World of Warcraft, when you do realise that the biggest hype about WoW right now is the 2004 version of the game, then these are huge alarm bells that there is massive problems with the product itself. And again, I don't think we have the right team with this game. Now, I'm looking at it from the perspective of a customer. And remember, that's irrelevant because we aren't the customers anymore. The shareholders are the customers. So Activision Blizzard or Blizzard Entertainment will always look at it from that perspective. So from that perspective, they may be like, oh, we're very happy with this team. You know, the World of Warcraft is 15 years old. It's still generating a lot of money for us. This is great stuff. We don't have to do too much here or there. We haven't innovated in 10 years, in a decade. And so they might be very happy. But for us, it just gets very frustrating. And I have this kind of fear that Blizzard are almost happy to have what they have with this game right now due to its age. And with Classic coming back, that's going to bring subscribers to the game. That's going to boost it back up again. For them, it could just be, this is great. This is all good. We can just go down the pathway that we're going down right now. So no matter what little nice things, and I do think these are nice for the money. I do think they're nice. For all the nice little things which they do put in front of us, yeah, the timing's not quite right because everything's pretty poor in terms of the game itself, and it is very difficult for people, and I'll put my hand up as well, to sometimes separate that, to separate the frustrations of the game with what other things are going on within the either the community or the surrounding elements, the things which you could and should maybe take a little bit of joy out of if possible. But I can't blame them. I can't blame them. I do feel sorry for poor Monica. Not so much pervy Randy, because that guy looks like he's like 3 sentences away from from getting handcuffs put on him. But look, if you want to go and order these, click the link. It's in that video itself. I'll put this link to this video in the description box down below. Click the link. Go pre-order themselves for you. Or if you, do believe, and I hold my hands up and I say fine, that there are a lot of you out there who have said in the comment section before, I am refusing to support this company in any way, shape or form until they get their shit together. I get you. But yeah, I just think it's a nice little thing. So Blizzard, they just can't get a break. They can't get a break, but it's understandable to see why, because they ain't doing too much to actually change that, really, are they? So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.